Welcome back to Travel In, man. You know the vibe. So I'm my boy Christian.
What's up?
You feel me? He's flight instructor to a DSU, right? And we're gonna go over his Microsoft Flight Simulator setup. Right? As you can see right now, actually, he's flying the 73 Virtual Airline with United, right? So we're gonna go over his setup. Hopefully, you guys can take tips or learn anything from it. Anything you want to say, bro?
Not really. I'm just excited for this video.
Yeah, let's get it. He put you on.
Ground visible.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Speed breakout. Reverse is normal.
Boy, you're going center line.
Probably should know if that's actually check.
You don't have your taxi diagram. There you are. Now we're about to get into the specifics of the video, you know, get into those setups. Alright, hold on here. Let me get my camera out of here. Alright, cool. Let's get into the stuff.
Alright. So for my rig here, it is a custom built rig here. I built this pretty much all by myself here. It's in the aerodynamic Langley case, the Razor edition here. The processor I have in here is the i9-900K with 32 gigabytes of RAM here and with the 2080 Ti graphics card. Everything in this case, I try to keep it to the same brand. So the brand with Langley, so the fans are Langley, even the streamer cables are Langley, and the only thing that's not actually Langley is actually the RAM. But I got the RAM here because I got it for a good deal. Now moving over to the actual setup here. Same thing, keeping with the same principles here. I have the Razer wireless keyboard, I think it's a 65% keyboard. And then I have the Razer maskless, the wireless mouse. And then for my speakers, I'm using the Audio Engine speakers with the subwoofer also for a little bit more bass. When it comes to my flight simulator stuff, I have the Yoko Plus here with the MFG crosswinds and the honeycomb throttle quadrant. And to top it all off here, I also have the Secret Lab chair that I just got here. And lastly here, I also have for my other audio output, I have the Razer wireless headphones as well with the Razer headphone dock.
Alrighty. It's pretty cool, man. So right now on the sim, see it's flying 0.73.
Yep.
Alright, pretty cool.
So this is actually my second simulator setup. So I use two main programs for now. I am switching over primarily to Microsoft Flight Simulator X. I'm just, not X, Microsoft Flight Simulator, the new one. I'm just waiting for them to release my 737 port, the study level variant. They do have one 737 that is actually in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's not to my quality that I prefer, so I'm just going to wait until they release it. The 737 I'm actually flying right now is the PNVG 737 NGX. So the company is PNVG. They basically made study level aircraft here, so if you get to my point in flight simulating and you actually want to do realism flying with actual putting stuff in FMS, actual merge procedures, I would trust PMDG aircraft because they release such high quality aircraft.
There you go. You guys have it. Pretty cool setup here. Doing this thing. Here you have, what's over there?
So right here, this is Active Sky for Q3D version 5. So unfortunately for Lockheed Martin's flight simulator, the one that I'm using right now, the weather engine is not particularly good. So I use a third-party weather engine, and primarily the one I use is Active Sky. I've been using that pretty much since Flight Simulator X days when I got my first simulator, and they've just been upgrading it ever since. So this is what I use right here. For my briefing tool here to get my flight plans and make my flight plans, I use SimBrief. SimBrief is pretty much a free program here where you can just type in the stuff here. I can actually move right here and put a new flight.
It's crazy. It looks like 1-800-WX brief, low key.
Yeah, so you can just pretty much put all your information into here, and then when you're done here, it actually gives you a briefing. And if you want, it actually gives you a paper briefing down here if you want to print all this out.
So let's say I want pretty much a flight simulator like this, right? But I don't have 6K of whip. So what would be your tip to somebody who want to get started, you know, and then they want to get going in flight simulator or whatever?
Okay, so my first step is if you want a decent flight simulator, so mine is probably the top of the line. If you want a decent one, you gotta buy a decent computer. Pretty much any computer, pretty much pre-built computer from Best Buy is pretty good. But if
So
you
like not like a regular laptop, but like a Razer or something?
Yeah, you can use a regular laptop. It's just that you might get stutters, and you might need to lower some of your graphics. But the best thing I would recommend doing is actually buying the actual parts for your computer, like I did, because I used to own a pre-built, and that cost me about $4,000 to get. But then when I built this computer, it only cost me pretty much about $1,000 to get all the new stuff, and then if I added my graphics card on it, I only spent probably about $2,000.
So wow.
Yeah.
So you definitely said you're in your own plane.
Yes, it did.
There you go. So yeah. So you recommend using your own plane and then just buy the software.
Yep.
Can you play the whole thing but like with your just a keyboard?
Yes, you can.
really
So
just-
yes, you can play your whole sim with just your keyboard and mouse. I recommend you not because the version is that. If you're on a tight budget, like I said, they got a Logitech here. Got some really nice, like I think $30 or $23 like joystick. Yep. Pretty much you can use that. I use that pretty much all through middle school until save up my money for birthdays, Christmas here, and then I buy my own stuff.
Pretty cool. So yeah, man. I mean, if you guys have any questions, put in the comment. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the comments. So if you guys have any question about his setup, you guys can ask him directly. I don't know no better. I don't have nothing like this. But I know he's willing to help. So if you guys have any question about setup or just anything about flight simulator, whatever the case may be, he should be able to answer y'all. So I told him to go ahead and start a YouTube channel. I'm telling him, man. I told him to go ahead and start a channel, but we'll see. That's in the works. Work on it. But that's it, guys. Next video, I'm gonna be flying the plane for the first time, so stay tuned.